Welcome back to Crit and Crit. I am Axion.
And I'm Scint.
We are continuing our way through EG and our discussion of Ender's Game.
But it's all for the greater good.
The greater good.
But when does it stop being for the greater good?
Well, never if it's all for the greater good. That's what all
The
means.
greater good.
Oh,
So yeah.
there are no Komato here. Or no Tasen here.
Yeah, it's almost like you brought the Komato in to basically wipe them out.
Oh.
Oh, there's a few over there.
Oh, I'll just have to kill them when I get to them. But I've been trying to leave the Komato alone.
Yeah, you're basically taking like a different story tech than I usually do. Because like I said, I honestly like the story of the pacifist run for this, and usually end up initially allying with the Tasen, because like they noticed you're not actively trying to kill them, so they give you a ceasefire. So as long as you don't fire a weapon at them, you don't get attacked by them through an entire level. It's great.
Well, I will have to try that again sometime.
Yep, I'm sure we can find another space game to play a different run of EG on, because I would not be opposed to playing this game more. Like I said, I really like how dynamic the story is, considering how little... the gameplay itself does not change. The levels do not change, the enemies are still there, but
They react
the
differently to you.
cutscenes change. Like, you get to see characters you wouldn't otherwise. Like, there is a character you only meet on a no-kill. But, yeah. So, I lost my place.
Greater good. What's not for the greater good?
Yeah. When do you stop actually being for the greater good despite saying it? Like, they always say throughout the entire book that the fate of Earth is riding on Ender's ability to become the commander who can lead them to victory over the aliens. But, as we find out at the end, Mazer Rackham flat out tells Ender, we are the third invasion. Meaning that, yeah, you know how we kept saying it was defensive and telling people we have to defend ourselves against these aliens? They had left after the second invasion, and we proved the point by killing one of their queens, and which taught the hive mind race that, yeah, no, we're not a hive mind. The people you've been killing are not expendable drones. They stopped attacking. Humanity picked this fight.
Yep.
So, Earth was perfectly safe without Ender. Ender just happened to be manipulated by people older, smarter, and, you know, theoretically more responsible than him into, I said theoretically, into a situation where he had to react this way. And that's exactly what they wanted him to do. They wanted to break this child so badly he would be completely ruthless against a race he had never met, who had never done anything to him personally, and their leadership knew was no longer actively hostile to them. They got this child to pick this fight in the most violent finale possible, leaving effectively a single survivor for the entire species. Because it was for the greater good, they wanted a colony. I'm not going to get into how loaded a phrase, or just a term, colony is, historically speaking. But there's a lot of baggage riding on this entire decision of how they handled Ender at Battle School. But, as far as the public knows, Ender's a war hero who defended them for the greater good, and now humanity is no longer under attack, even though it hadn't been under attack for several decades. But history has often proven that the easiest way to unite a divided people is with an external threat. War is an extremely potent social tool.
I'm gonna die.
It's fine.
Oh, sweet, I can blow that up.
But yeah, because it's wartime, as we mentioned in prior episodes, what they're doing to Ender is not indefensible, according to them.
Yep,
because it's wartime, they can justify this behavior.
Anything
because
is defensible if the threat is great enough.
Because humanity is, as the public is told, on the line, breaking this child is fine. Because they are at war with an alien race that is, quote, bent on their destruction, they can take children from their families and turn them into killing machines. And, again, literal children, they are taken to battle school at the age of 6. So this isn't like a, hi, I'm practically an adult and I'm making an informed decision to join the military. That's fine. Like, if that's a choice you want to make, that is absolutely fine. But you're old enough to make that decision for yourself. Ender is 6. Because the public is under the impression that we are fighting a defensive war for our lives against the species, anything we do is justifiable, and we know we're going to get off on any court-martial charges. Which is what happens. So, Upper Brass knows that their claims of defense are spurious in the factual. You can go that way, though.
Yep, I was checking the other door to see if I could before I just went this way.
Makes sense. But why would they ever tell people that there isn't really a dangerous war going on? Because ending the war basically takes away a lot of justification for some of the stuff they're getting away with. Why would they take that tool away from their arsenal? Granted, I'm pretty sure it goes away at the end of the story when they get what they want, but they've already gotten what they want. They've already.
I was about to say, at that point, they don't need it, because they've already gotten everything that they could get out of it.
Yep. So whoever follows them does not have the same blank check to do whatever they want with whatever budget they can get. And I kind of wonder what that means for the hegemon, who is, we don't actually get to see how Peter is as a hegemon. We just know he takes over at that point. And since Ender's not on Earth, we don't really get to see. But, yeah. Graf goes into diplomacy, I believe. Gets out of the military and ends up helping with the colony. That, he just founded under extremely dubious circumstances, but the public will never be aware of those. And yeah, at what point do the ends stop justifying the means? They've got the colony, but to do it, they picked a fight with a non-hostile race that had been propagandized into a massive threat. So, yeah, Ender is honestly... I'm not sure if he's the best protagonist for this sort of story because he knows so little about it. In a way, it's kind of akin to Kill a Mockingbird, where our main character does not really have the life experience to grasp the significance of the situations that they find themselves in. We get a child's perspective on a pretty big deal. Ender knows more than Scout does in that situation because, obviously, he's being groomed for command. But he doesn't understand, we lied to you the whole time because it was politically expedient for us to do so. So, yeah. The story itself is just a really sad framing for Ender, even though I do find it kind of hard to be fully sympathetic to him as a character. I find his situation sadder than him.
Right. Which makes sense.
I think Ender is kind of an obnoxious hero, but that does not change the fact that I pity him.
I mean, you can pity somebody without having to like them.
Try this. I think one of the, never mind.
I opened the door. I have to go find where it is. I really don't like having to deal with the assassins.
If you get the nuke, they basically just teleport away when you hit them with it. But you gotta get your crack skill maxed.
Yep.
I think you're yeah, you have to destroy that. I think.
Oh, crud. Oh, nope. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. Please leave me alone. I don't want to fight you. I don't know how to get out of here.
Up, I think.
That's what I was afraid of. The assassin is making this so much harder.
Yeah, they do that. I thought breaking into a heavily armed alien spacecraft would be easy.
Is this escape?
Sort of.
You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah. I wonder how much of the hegemon, as we understand it, is driven by the war. Because, well, lifestyle changes are easier to enforce if you have, you know, an outside threat with which you can, you know, hit people with a stick to get them to comply. I have a hard time imagining a lot of people agreeing to a two-child policy
Especially here in America.
Yeah, under anything other than the most dire of circumstances. Such as, you know, the aliens are going to invade and we need to make sure we have people doing things we need. Which, honestly, that seems a little backwards to me, because you'd think, like, if we needed soldiers to send off to fight in an alien war,
we'd want as many as
more,
we could.
Yeah, you want more population, because that's how math works. But, yeah, I don't know. But, I don't know, it's not really going into detail the history of the hegemon to my knowledge, so it's just kind of a thing. We needed a reason for, I think you can blow that out maybe, but I don't know.
I can do what?
I thought that looked like there was that staining on the wall that usually means you can do something to it, but it's kind of faint. See, on the, right there? I'm not sure it'll actually do anything, but we can see. Oh, cool. I don't know what this does. I did not remember this was a secret. Oh, hello. Notebooks.
There are so many.
Secrets. I did one about a trap mine. Yeah, trap mine.
How do you do trap mine?
You get one, it'll come up. You'll know when it happens, and it will have drastic story consequences depending on how you use it.
Okay, when I'm getting close, let me know.
Okay. Yeah, like, they will make sure you know you have the trap mine. Everything will call attention to it, but you only get to use it once. And it's gonna depend on the kind of story you want this game to be. That's all I'll say for now.
I'm trying to find where Dan went, because he said they were skittering around in his room, and I'm thinking that somebody's in there after him.
Maybe.
I'll fiddle around with some of the others of those some other time.
Yep.
Alright, so trap mine on the teleporter.
Yeah, when you get it. Or have you gotten it yet? I don't think you have.
What'll it be under?
Like, they will tell you that you have a trap mine.
I do not recall seeing that message.
Okay. Then you don't have it yet. Like, trust me, you will know.
Good grief, he takes a lot of hits. Oh,
Yep,
there's two of them.
Yep. Oh, that'll solve it.
Oh, yay, the Komato. You guys can fight each other. I'm gonna go this way.
Go back down and get some more nano, because you need to train up your crack.
Oh, it looks like they killed the Komato.
Yep, and there's a big old nano under him if you can get it.
I'm trying to, but I'm trying to kill him first, so he doesn't missile me while I'm doing it.
Yeah, but they also collect the nano if they're injured. There you go. Yeah,
there we go. So, you were saying?
But yeah, I've kind of lost track, but I also think we've kind of talked in a little bit of circles around this. Just the whole, like, the World of Avengers game is in a constant state of warfare, partly because they wanted to pick the fight, but also partly because being in a constant state of warfare makes a lot of, oh boy, this fight, makes a lot of behavior more justifiable than it would be in any other time. So it's very useful to leadership to keep it in place for the sake of putting in restrictions that help create the dystopian world, the Avengers game.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's really all I got.
Well, it looks like we'll be continuing with the boss fight next time.
Later.
See ya!